Hello, and welcome back to Satisfactory 1.0. I am Maker Gaming, and today is a good day. We're here at the dawn of a day, too, right? There it is. I'm so excited for today. What are we gonna do? What have we done? Who knows? No, in the last episode, we automated nobelisks. That was a big step. The reason we did that was so that we could explore without being so scared of the wildlife. It's all fine, but the big stingers, man, you got to have nobelisks for the big stingers and the radioactive hogs. Everything else is pretty manageable. That's not important to now. Okay, why is today so important? Today is so important because we are unlocking hypertubes, and with hypertubes, we are unlocking hypercannons, the best thing in the game. Is that even on the list? I have a list now. Yeah. As I was saying, hypertubes. I'd say the three best things. Hey, bud. My new friend. Reminds me of Johnny 5 in alien organ form. Getting distracted. Top 3 most important moments in Satisfactory, for me at least. It is Blade Runners to speed you up, coal to automate your power, and hypertubes. Hypertubes really open the map because I deal mostly in hypercannons, and they get us across the map really quick. So let's just get right to it. Let's find out what we need. I'm not even sure that we have everything we need. Oh yeah. You know, I actually don't have encased iron beams. Encased steel beams, whatever we're calling them. Do. I'm so happy. Well, in the game. I'm sure that's not right anymore. And I've failed at that. Maybe we'll get there though. Hypertubes unlocked.
Milestone
Yes.
reached. By adding hypertube entrances at both ends of hypertubes, pioneers can achieve two-way travel between locations. They are also % safer than jump pads. You dreamed of moving across factories like valued resources, such as rocks and water, and Fix-It listened to your dreams. We watched them. We took extensive notes. Hypertubes. Because Fix-It makes pioneers' closely monitored dreams come true.
That's a great slogan. You know, I had a thought. The thought was, let's just go immediately to the blueprint maker and start making some hypertube cannons. But I had a thought, because she mentioned jump pads, that was pretty funny too, the error % of the jump pad. I've never made a jump pad in this playthrough. I probably only made them in one playthrough. They're not that useful, but I mean, let's make one, right? Let's make at least one of everything. So this is where our bus goes up for the first time, and I did have a thought at one point, like, hey, let's get that going for these at least. Actually, does this need a door? Probably be better to do it inside. Maybe something like this? I mean, it's not the most useful thing. Alright, that's been made. We can get... Whoops. Hilarious. Alright, that's been made. See you at the blueprint designer. You know what? Before I get into a blueprint of a hypercannon, maybe we should actually do a simpler... I mean, let's show off what it actually is, right? Gotta figure out a format for how I want these laid out, especially in the base. But for now, let's say base to steel. It's probably one of our more important routes. Transportation. Oh, you are awesome. Alright, the way a hypertube works is you make a path Make sure it's horizontal so it doesn't drive me insane. That's less straight, but maybe I like it more. Alright, for those that don't know Hypertubes, the second part of that thing I started talking about before I ran that whole thing was you need an entrance, and it's a powered entrance. I believe it's, hell, it might be like 30 megawatts? No, I'm thinking of a hypercannon. What is that? Let's see. 10 megawatts. So it takes 120 megawatts to power a, well, my hypercannon. I always do 12. Perfect. And that's the result. The more entrances you use, the faster you'll go through. You do have like velocity loss going up hills, but I mean, still a pretty good speed. There's our wreck of a starter base that I kind of like to look at from a hypertube. And same here, if we want to do multiple entrances to make us a little bit faster, we'll just do 2 for now. I'll show you the real speed with the cannon. And how are we going to do power? The more things I build without doing the power that I had thought of doing from the very beginning, the least likely it is to happen. So this one will just be twice. Well, I don't know if it's twice, but it'll be faster. As seen here. And then downhill also you get a speed boost as well. There you go. We just made the world a lot smaller. I won't show all the hypertubes. We'll try not to show the hypertubes too much, but I mean, this is an episode about hypertubes, so for now we will. But in playthrough, I'll try not to spend too much time doing that. It is a fun look though. Alright, now we can work. This was an idea I didn't go anywhere with. Alright, now we make one. We're going to make a compact one. That might have been too close, we'll see. Alright, now we delete that and it should show off each of them. Did someone just pop in? Alright, so how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that was the perfect amount to speed this up a little ways. Ugh, and just hold on. Buildables in a designer cannot be connected to world buildables. I don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't look right. I did something wrong. That looks pretty good. Halfway there. Alright, so for the last one, let's get rid of that, get rid of that, pick a good angle, maybe 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, something like that, possibly, we'll see on testing. Connect with noodle, entrance back on, power back in. We are set. Save that. Clear the designer. Put that there. Alright, now we use the power of hypercannons to half that work. Which way's forward? Can make that even now. There you have it. 12 hyper. Oh, you know what? Maybe we should go. Oh no, this is a cannon. I was going to say we should have a little bit of a spot between two of them so you have somewhere to fall on the comeback, but this one has no comeback. This is a cannon. Oh man, this feels good to have. Exciting. Time to test, right? Alright, so just put this in some sort of... stick this in some episode. So I'm kind of doing a standalone thing just because that's what I'm doing. I had this hypercannon list, and in case industrial beams are driving me crazy because I'm putting hypertubes up everywhere. So I need to automate those. So I had already hooked this guy up. Let's see, he's going to probably need to be... Alright, so it's normal on a Mark 1. We can Mark 2 it if we need to. I wanted to put lights down here, which actually I think turned out pretty good. What's interesting is you see the reflection in the water from the signs, and then as soon as you get out of the water, it disappears. Guess you gotta be below the whatever the reason. So these are 1 meter, so I could do that underneath, and we need to make encased industrial beams, just a small supply. We're probably gonna do it on this tiny little platform here. To do that, we need some steel beams. And yeah, that brings us to where we are now. I built this, I mean, this all needs to get cleaned up eventually. At least colors, jeez. This was always supposed to be doubled. Sorry, I'm trying not to be so jumpy. So only these 3 have been running, feeding our machines up top. And yeah, now we're gonna upgrade all of our belts out here, upgrade the miners, get all 270 steel here running. Alright, they're all powered. They're all connected. Outputs. Inputs, what's going on? That's probably just a throughput issue, so hopefully we can get into all those spaces in between belts and everything. That there's no hidden pieces anywhere inside these mergers, splitters. Again with the encased industrial beams, you're mocking me now. This probably isn't good recording because the air conditioning is loud as shit in this house. It's right under my legs. This is not a comfortable setup. Alright, that's fine for now. That's handy. I don't think you used to be able to do that. I didn't remember I put those big ass concrete foundations there. I guess I was going for a look. It's not even centered, bro. It's not a good look. That's funny. Alright. This one's now 120. We want 270 no matter the cost. And that gets us 6 machines of 45. And fills the belt. Alright, now I'm going to do the exact same thing over here in total silence. Yep, so now we have 270 going up the top as long as we check all our belts. Next thing though is to get some down there for encased industrial beams. But here we did it. We made it more efficient. We at least made it a little more cohesive. And we'll still do more. Probably offline. We'll see. And let's look at that again. Ooh. This is fun. Alright. Whatever I said in the previous statement, whatever I faded from just now, ignore it. If I had to guess, it had to do with hypercannons, but we are ending the episode now. That footage was filmed literally a month ago, and today I am recording the catch-up episode. What is today? November 13th. I'm finishing up this episode because, well, we're caught up. We have so much stuff to do. We've basically been farting around, trying to get the videos caught up. Those things on the right are what we want to buy. We'll buy those at the beginning of the next episode. Our Samor is up there. And I want to build a truck station here soon. Next couple episodes. But yeah, just to show you what I've done off camera. I have a small hypertube network now, so it gets us from the SAM. You can't do map in the hypertube? Or maybe... yeah, you can. So we started there. We're going to go all the way to there. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be catching up with this backlog. Because I've really been paused in the game because I just... it's frustrating getting too far ahead, so... man, we're getting there. That's our little multiple entrance to make it faster in that direction. You have to walk through the steel plant. I don't think I showed this either. This is kind of fun. I took copper. I took the copper finish to almost everything in this build. And I fixed it up a little bit. It looks a little better now. And it's doing the full production of 6 foundries. Going all over the place. I also built this. We have concrete being produced right over here. That combined with that is giving us encased industrial beams. Lined a light down there on a tilted beam. None of this matters to the Hypertube episode, but I'm just catching up. I'm excited. I'm remembering things myself. Yeah, so this little factory, it's not much. It looks better underneath. 270 in, we're getting 55 beams out, 33 steel pipes out, and then 18 of those 55 beams go to make the 6 encased industrial beams right there. Back to the course. Ooh, that was a slow entrance. You can turn in hypertubes, by the way. Just use your direction keys. That's faster. Entrance speed matters for your hypertube. Scenic-ish. Minor things in here. Added those lights. Oh, you know what? Let's catch up over here to close out. And then we'll finish the last hypertube route and call it. We've had this going on in the background. I'm making a little bit of a hub down here. In one of these spokes. We have a lot of room if we do this in all 4 of these. But yeah, I did a lot of this offline. Nothing's worth seeing. We did that. We did that. We didn't do that, or that, or that. But that's half of my plans. I also had beams here. Oh, shoot. Forgot I even pulled that out for some reason. The beams up here look good, though. This is my iron resources around the site. Alright. But yeah, that's hypertubes. We have a hypertube cannon blueprint, right? We're going to alter that a little bit. Gotta go exploring soon. I have an idea over here for my copper build. Also, another thing I do offline is I just kind of continue the bus. Which is funny, we still don't have a single item on the bus, but that's not the point. We're building infrastructure, and I only have a couple hours, well, like an hour a day. I only get so much done. But this is going out, right? I don't have it belted, but I have some of the belts. Thank y'all for watching. This was, hey, I'm happy to be here. Real happy to be here. We're gonna have to design something that makes these look alright. They won't be floating forever. Whoops. But yeah, I didn't even talk to it, but that hypertube, that goes across basically all of our built things right now. this guy. Those guys have pretty good aim. But yeah, it gets a little tricky here. We gotta make a lot of little places where we go up because this is a very busy area. But I mean, we have to do all these ups because I mean we're going towards the bamboo forest, right? That's the tallest place on the map. And we always wanted to go through this little crater. It's a beautiful little area. We'll probably hope to do something in. But yeah, that's how far this bus is going to go eventually. And yeah, the hypertubes will be a big part of that. And hypercannons. So, yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Man, I still went farther. And, yeah, we'll see you soon. Oh, let's see. You can still see it. Looks like a princess castle to me, but whatever. Thanks for watching.